With Chapter 5's launch, there's a brand new loot pool, and today I'm going to be telling you the 10 best things that you will want in your inventory. These items are so good that they will easily help you boost your win rate and possibly win more tournaments. Without further ado, let's get into it. So the first thing on this list is the grapple blade. Now obviously the grapple blade is a must-have because in tournaments and in general it is good mobility. You can move around the map, and for competitive this is the only mobility you kind of really have that you can carry, and it's infinite charges. With 4 charges and infinite uses, this is a must-have mobility item. It's used so much in competitive final zones, and it's a must-have thing or else you are going to fall behind in the storm. The grapple blade is basically the only way you're going to get around. The second item that you will definitely want is the Striker AR, and this AR easily outbeats the Nemesis AR. Now the Nemesis AR might do a little more damage, but the Striker AR's fire rate and modifications you can add to it just makes it a whole nother level of overpowered. It has received a nerf recently, dropping the damage by 1, but it's still an amazing thing to carry, and you don't really need an SMG if you're carrying this as well. With the right modifications, this thing can absolutely shred people. All that matters is your aim. The next item you'll want in your inventory is the hammer pump shotgun. This shotgun is insanely good if you are more of a pump style player. With 100 damage body shots and up to 190 headshots, this is basically the new pump shotgun. There's not much else to say about the hammer pump, it's honestly the new shotgun, but if you don't want to use it, then I definitely also recommend the auto shotgun. Now I was a little skeptical at first about the auto shotgun, thinking it was only a zero build type of gun, but whenever I watched solo Cash Cup finals, all pro players were mostly using the auto shotgun, and they showed me a new way of using it to where I never thought about it. Basically all they had was the auto shotgun in their inventory, and this thing can actually pack a punch if you have the right aim. With doing 80 damage for a body shot and holding up to 12 bullets for the mythic, this thing absolutely shreds through people. Once you get a few tags, your opponent will be panicking, and by then you'll jump in and pump them so many times they'll actually panic way too much, and you'll get a free easy 50-50 elim. The auto frenzy shotgun is also very reliable in in-game whenever it's final zone, because all you really need is that. You don't need anything else. If you need a refresh, all you have to do is just jump in on someone in 50-50. The frenzy auto shotgun is one of the best 50-50 weapons in in-games and finals. The only downside about this shotgun is the reload animation does take a little bit, but once you have it reloaded, all you have to do after that is just jump in, and it's that easy. The next item that I would recommend is Medallions. Now I know these are kind of hard to get since there are only 5 on the map, but once you get them they're really beneficial. Even after the medallion nerf where 1 gave you 50, 2, 60, 3, 70, 4, 85, and all 5, 100 shield, plus the 3-second delay, medallions are still something you want to grab. With a medallion in your inventory, all you really need left is white heals and big pots, because you're already getting up to half shield. And the more medallions you collect, the stronger you get, basically eliminating big pots and minis altogether. Medallions are hard to get but are very rewarding towards the end, since you literally don't need to heal. All you have to do is box up and sit and wait. With medallions being on the table and shields not really being needed anymore, this is where white heals come into play. The most underrated heal so far in Fortnite history has finally had a spotlight in Chapter 5, and I'm talking about Medkits. Medkits are the best heal for Chapter 5 currently, which is absolutely crazy to say since they have never performed that much in any other season. If you are playing finals in any Cash Cup and it comes to a heal off, if you don't have medkits, you are losing 100% of the time. Now obviously if you don't have a medallion, you'll still need shield, but medkits should come priority. If you're playing competitive, you're being held in storm, or you're in a final closing zone, you're gonna need medkits. And now since heals heal over time instead of all at once, medkits are easily just like med sprays, meaning you can survive the zone much more. What I recommend to get medkits is get a loot cache nearby. Usually they drop a few medkits, and put them in your inventory. You will need them. The next item I recommend that many people will probably disagree with is the Ranger pistol or the riot shield, and here's why. The Ranger pistol just recently received a buff, with every rarity going up 2 damage than normal, meaning the Ranger pistol actually does more damage than the Striker AR. In my opinion, if you're carrying a Ranger pistol, they can be used mid-range and in close range as well, meaning you don't really need an SMG. With the right modifications and good aim, the Ranger pistol can actually be the next new gun. Which also ties into the Riot Shield. I don't actually know if this is in competitive or not, but the Riot Shield does have a few hidden talents that people don't notice. The Riot Shield can actually break through builds that are 150 HP, meaning you can easily exploit into anyone's box even if they're holding walls and 0 ping, which will definitely catch your opponent off guard for you to get a quick pump off. Also, Riot Shields are really good for rotating. They'll block any damage while you have it out, but just be careful since they added this new overcharge effect where if you get shot too many times, your shield will stun you and you'll be exposed. So just be careful rotating with this thing. One of the most talked about weapons this chapter, and the one I recommend 100% of the time, is the new Reaper sniper rifle. Now if you have the right mods, which are hollow scope, angled foregrip, drum mag, and the suppressor, you are looking at one of the best snipers we've ever had in the game. With the hollow scope, you won't have sniper glare. With the drum mag, you'll have much more ammo. The suppressor, the opponent won't know where you're shooting from, and the angled foregrip, reduced recoil, you're looking at a DMR that can 200 someone in the head. Snipers are easily the most overpowered weapon in Chapter 5's current meta. If you're not carrying a sniper, I don't know what you're doing with your game, but you need to pick one up now, because even a body shot does 120 damage crack and that gives you enough time to pressure the opponent and get a free elim. But if you're able to hit a headshot, you're looking at an easy 275 drop. The sniper is not only good for hitting shots, but it's also amazing for taking walls. If the opponent's wall is only 100 HP, you can shoot the sniper and instantly take the wall. Snipers should always be the first thing you pick up whenever you see one. On to the second to last item. Most people might disagree with me on this also, but I think after watching pro player Peterbot use it in a tournament, I think he showed me something crazy about this weapon that I never saw before. I personally recommend the Burst SMG over the Hyper SMG, and here's why. The Hyper SMG does have a good fire rate and can leak through builds, but it only does 18 damage. Now the Burst SMG, on the other hand, has received a buff with a higher ammo limit. Now, a downside of this is the Burst SMG does shoot in multiple bursts, obviously, but it does much more damage than the Hyper. Burst SMG can deal all the way up to 26 body shot damage and 42 headshot, and if you ask me, that is absolutely insane for an SMG. The only thing that comes close to this is like the Combat SMG, and that thing was overpowered as well. With the right weapon modifications on the Burst SMG as well, you could have up to 0 hipfire recoil, meaning this thing is a 100% accurate weapon that could easily shred down an opponent. If you don't believe me, just try picking it up one game and try it out. I guarantee you will rethink your thoughts about the Burst SMG. Now the final item I recommend is Flowberry Fizz, and this thing just got added, but it is really good. This item works like a med mist, but it's for the whole team. It grants you 100 shield and gives you the low gravity effect, and this thing is absolutely crazy. If you and your duo are in an end game and you need some mobility, you guys could easily pop this, replenish shields, and rotate with the low gravity effect. The Flowberry Fizz is much more efficient than normal Flowberries because all you need is one and it can get both people. Even as a solo, you should always pick this thing up. It's very beneficial and can replace minis and big pots. If you don't have any mobility, definitely make sure to pick this up also, just to get some easy low gravity rotates. I definitely prioritize this as your main shield heal. Those are the top 10 items I recommend this chapter so far. Obviously, new items are soon to come in later updates. If you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful, be sure to like and subscribe, and leave a comment down below if there's anything else you want to add to this list. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys want to see more tips and tricks videos like this, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.